Hi everyone! This video is all about the equation of a circle. And the equation of a circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Now you may think, well, what do all these letters mean? Well, the center is located at the ordered pair hk and the radius is what is r. Now this may seem like a crazy equation or where did it come from? And I'd like to show you that quickly. So if we label the center of the circle at the point hk, and then I label some other random point, any point on the circle, I'll go randomly right here and I label that point as xy. Then I'm going to connect the center and the point on the circle, and that would be the radius of the circle since it connects the center to a point on the circle. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually draw a right triangle with the radius as the hypotenuse. Now what I can do is I can label this side. So if I think, what is the length of that side? Well, the length of that side is going to be the x-coordinate on the right minus the x-coordinate on the left, and then that would give me that distance. So this distance would be x minus h, or the x-coordinate on the right minus the x-coordinate on the left. Then for this vertical side of the right triangle, well, to get that distance, it would be the top y value minus the bottom y value, or y minus k. All right, so here's the magic part. This formula comes from taking these side lengths and using the Pythagorean theorem, since it is a right triangle. So it would be this side squared plus this side squared equals the hypotenuse squared, which we have right here. If you'd like to watch a video about the Pythagorean theorem, click here to see that video. Let's take a look at an example that you would use the equation of a circle. This example says, write the equation of a circle with center at 6, -2 that has a radius of 7. Now remember, for the center, we always label that as hk, and then the radius will be our value of r. The equation of a circle, once again, is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals the radius squared. And remember, that came from that right triangle and using the Pythagorean theorem. All we have to do is plug in our values. X minus, the h value is 6 squared, plus y minus, this time it's going to be minus a -2, so that's going to switch to +2 squared equals the radius squared. I'm going to bring in our special guest to help us with a common mistake that students make. And this is Molly. And what was that common mistake, Molly? Oh, and thanks for the kiss. Oh, students forget to square the radius. You are so right. A lot of students just say equals 7. And remember, in this formula, it should be equal to the radius squared, or 7 squared. Did you just yawn? Oh, thank you for the apology. Okay, so our final equation would be x minus 6 squared plus y plus 2 squared equals, and like Molly said, don't forget to square that radius. It should be 49. And that is how you write the equation of the circle in this problem. Thanks for the tip, Molly. We appreciate it. If you're finding this video useful, and if you like Molly, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so that you can see weekly math videos and possibly Molly in the future. Here's our next example. This time we are given the equation and we want to graph the circle. Now, piece of advice, what I would do is I would first write out what is the center and what is the radius. And that's going to help you when you go to graph it. So when we write out the center, remember it's x, and here we have a +4. Now in our equation, remember it's always x minus h. So if in our equation this shows up as a positive, that must mean our h value is negative. And then for our y value of our y coordinate of the center, y minus k, so k must be 5. Now notice a key thing here in the formula, the coordinates of your center are always going to be opposite in sign of what appears in your equation because of that equation of a circle. And then the radius, remember it's not equal to the radius, but equal to the radius squared. Remember what Molly said. So I think what number squared would give me 9, which is 3, or if you want to work backwards, you can think, okay, the square root of 9 would get me to the radius. Let's first plot our center. So our center is located at the ordered pair -4, 5, which would be located right here. And our radius is 3. What I would recommend is I would use that radius to count 3 up, 3 down, 3 right, and 3 left. And the reason for that is it's always easier to count horizontally and vertically, but counting diagonally, it doesn't work to count 3 that way. So go ahead and connect all 4 of those points, and that is how I graph the circle with this equation. Let's take a look at one more example. This time, I've actually already given you the circle and we need to write the equation. Just like I recommended on the last example, let's go ahead and write out the center of that circle and the radius, because once we know that, it's just plugging it into the equation. So our center is located at, let's see, I think right here it would be. So the center is located at -1, -3. And then for the radius, if we were to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this time I counted up 5, but you can go down or right or left as well to count that radius. And now let's go ahead and plug it into our equation. Our equation is x minus h squared, so that'll change to plus y minus a -3 squared equals, don't forget Molly's tip, radius squared. 5 squared would be equal to 25. And here is the equation of the circle that is on the graph. I hope you found this video useful and helping you to know all about the equation of a circle. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so that you can see weekly math videos. Have a great day.